Hey guys, welcome back to Fandom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics, villains, and the Reign of X. We're continuing with the Reign of X, jumping back in with Excalibur, issue number 16, right now. Breakfast is served. Cracked pepper for share? Say when. Oh, come on. I had the Marauder bring us in some real eggs. That eggplant was getting them all wrong. I'm sorry, Remy. I just don't get it. It's over. We gone and done all that fool otherworld stuff. We paid the toll, did them deeds, fought them monsters. Share. Whole Captain Britain Corps came back, and they're all Betsy now. Yeah, but not our Betsy. No. Ain't it sunk in yet, Remy? She's gone. So previously in Excalibur, Betsy Braddock was one of the champions of Khronicle called forth to participate in this tournament. She wielded the Starlight Sword that was actually a creation of Saturnine made from the actual Starlight Citadel, and in the very first match she went up against Iska the Unbeaten of Khronicle. And apparently she lost and possibly died. That was kind of unclear, but it appeared as if Saturnine had some kind of trick up her sleeve and had something to do with this, because when her and Iska's blades clashed, the blade pretty much shattered, as well as Betsy herself. Saturnine picked up the pieces, and later on you see that Saturnine uses these pieces to perform some kind of spell, some kind of ritual to bring back the Captain Britain Corps, as well as the Starlight Sword. This kind of backfires in a way for Saturnine because she was meaning to bring back the original Captain Britain Corps that are comprised of Brian Braddock. However, this version of the Captain Britain Corps were primarily made up of Elizabeth Braddock. So it was pretty funny because Saturnine really does not like Betsy Braddock, and now she just has a whole squadron of them. I know you miss being a dragon buddy, but I miss this. Oh, damn it. Richter? That you? I knew you'd be out here in the dirt somewhere. What are you doing? I was trying to... I thought maybe if I focused somehow, I could open up a way for him to talk to me, but I can't. Who? You mean A? Buddy, dude. I'm sorry, Rick. He's gone. So I'm really surprised that Richter has formed this strong bond with Apocalypse, and I mentioned this before in a past issue of Excalibur. Apocalypse showed Richter a lot of favor, but he still seemed kind of wary of Apocalypse, as he should be. But it seems like now he's really defending Apocalypse and really, being an advocate of his. So, I don't know, there seems to be some kind of, real reverence there on Richter's end towards Apocalypse, which I don't have a problem with because Apocalypse did teach them a lot and kind of helped Richter out when Richter was in a very low point and couldn't even control his powers to leave his house. During the Khronicle assault on Otherworld, a new Captain Britain Corps, now consisting of Betsy Braddocks from across the multiverse, sprang to the defense of the Starlight Citadel. The only problem, Excalibur's own Captain Britain, shattered into 1,000 shards, was nowhere to be found. And since Apocalypse has been sent to live on Khronicle as part of the Dante with Krakoa, the rest of the team are left wondering, what next? So, that's that. We got a case with X Factor to see what they can prove. We'll see what they say. I'm hoping it's just what it looks like, right? And they can bring her back? Weird thing to hope for. Hoping she's just normal dead so the Five can bring her back. But she would have died in Otherworld, so she might come back all wrong, the way Rockslide did. Yeah, well, thanks for telling me. I'd heard some stuff about Betsy, but no one really filled me in yet. I'd kinda like to start the day drinking myself. Have a seat, Freddy. Might as well join us for a round. It's early, but it's a sad day. We drink while we sat. Perfect timing. 2 please. 1 for Richter and 1 for the lady with the babysitter. What are you drinking these days, Rick? I'm not drinking anything. It's noon. I'm drinking for Betsy. Or A. No thanks. When he decided to show our people our shared gifts, he chose you. Have a little respect. Richter, we're all raw. He didn't have the respect to ask how I felt about it, but I'm real glad he's happy with his wife now. He wanted us to learn the greater mysteries of mutant kind before he left. He gave us purpose and something to explore. Now he's gone. Captain Britain's gone, and the rest of y'all are getting drunk at noon. Hey, we didn't lose A. He left. Like it or not, he had somewhere else to be. Betsy got swindled by Saturnine. She deserves justice, but he chose to go. Well, then why? Why'd he start all of this if he wasn't going to finish it? I don't know, brother. Hello? This is Rachel with X Factor. Please return to the Boneyard. Your report is ready. Proof of death report. Subject, Captain Britain. Elizabeth Betsy Braddock. Last seen, Otherworld. Report. The missing person was officially reported to X Factor by Rogue, though she was not present for the missing person's disappearance. Accounts of the disappearance were collected from those present and did not differ from one another. The missing person entered a duel while wielding the recently acquired Starlight Sword. The sword appeared to shatter during an otherwise normal parry, and the missing person was said to have shattered likewise. The pieces were then collected by Saturnine and are believed to rest in the Starlight Citadel in Otherworld. Physical, psychic, and witness investigation provided no definitive evidence of death. Scans of various spectrums and energy waves were performed with no result. The crime scene location not safely accessible, so no investigation was performed. We do not recommend resurrection protocols at this time due to the last known location of missing person and the inherent risk of complications in the resurrection process. Status: results inconclusive. No proof of death. Request escalation to experts. Witness by North Star and Rachel Summers. That concludes X Factor's report. Any further questions? Yeah. You blowing us off, North Star? Inconclusive? I might as well have gone to some backwater human PD if I wanted this kind of nothing. Y'all are blowing us off with this. I don't care for cops. I thank you to remember that. Was there something else you needed? North Star is so f***ing rude. He is so rude, but he is right. He's not wrong about them not being able to find any physical evidence that Betsy died. And we know that proof of death is very important to start the resurrection protocols because you don't want to have a bunch of duplicates of a mutant, just willy-nilly out in the world. So you want to really make sure that mutant died before you make another copy of them. Plus, if Betsy really did die, she died in Otherworld. And we've already seen what happens when they try to resurrect somebody who died in Otherworld, i.e. as in what happened to Rockslide, aka Wrong Slide, and I'm sure they don't want to have to go through that again, so they are being extra cautious, and I think that's probably a good idea. Betsy Braddock's gone. Why don't y'all care? Whoa. Go easy on him. We provide investigative services, finding bodies, tracking evidence. In this case, in our capacity as X Factor, we can't tell if she's even actually dead. I scanned everyone present at the tournament, and they saw what everyone else saw. There was no body. She wasn't otherwise injured. There's no other evidence. Thanks, Rachel, I guess. Well, I'm not sleeping on this. I don't know how many of y'all remember this, but I remember being on the other side of the X-Men, and I know Betsy does too. It never really leaves you. If she's out there, she's probably thinking no one's coming for her. Come on, Rach. What would you do? Well, first of all, I'd applaud that speech. I'm serious, Rogue. No one's blowing you off. Come on, you know I love Betsy. Don't say I don't care. Look, everyone agrees on what they saw. She shattered when that sword took its first good hit. Then Saturnine comes and gets the pieces. The whole Captain Britain Corps comes back, that sword and all. Seems like it's obvious. The last place she was seen was Otherworld, a realm of magic. And I may be a professional detective, but I'd say we need the real experts to go check out the scene of the crime. What experts? Duh. Excalibur. Look who it is. Some of Avalon's biggest fans. It is good to see you, friends. The mood here has been somber. Brian, I am so sorry. This looks good on you, non? Captain Avalon, you wear it well. Thank you, Remy. It is a beautiful kingdom. Now we just have to bring my sister home to it. It's her kingdom too. Couldn't agree more. That's what brings us to visit. I'm so grateful. We're desperate to find answers about Betsy. I offered to make you a new one. Hush. Act your age, dear uncle. We've all seen what you're mucking about with Aunt Betsy is good for. Do you intend to bring her back? That is the hope, Petite. Excellent. Mother and I have been working together somewhat in her new capacity as court sorceress to try to investigate Captain Britain's disappearance. Lil Spitfire you are. Yeah, we got info. X Factor reported back. She ain't officially dead. Ah, excellent. That's a quite useful conclusion indeed. Please, Lady Gloriana, if you would share your current theory with the court. Thank you, my treasure. Calling me sorceress is rather kind, but it seems I've an undeniable connection to the land here in Otherworld, like I did back home, but stronger. There, it felt like I was trying to get to some world of fairy, on the other side of something. But here, it's all around me. I'm steeping in it. Maybe that means something, right? Mutants rule Avalon. Maybe you were feeling something always meant to be.
Maybe. I felt this calling away from the castle, towards the wilds, towards the site of the duel. I think I could find something there, some echo of Betsy, some breadcrumb to follow. But I know that awful woman might come out of her citadel if I go alone, and
we'll go with you. It's the scene of the crime, isn't it? Sounds like the right place to investigate. What y'all think, Excalibur? But of course, I'm in. I'd like to see what we can do.
With your permission, Your Highness, the court sorceress Gloriana will be departing on a mission.
Oh, fine. You can go. Do be safe. I'm desperate to be by your side, but I can't leave the throne undefended.
Not only that, you'll need to watch the baby. I dislike when you two discuss me like this.
All right then. We'll investigate and be back, hopefully with some good news about our Betsy. Hey, I have a question. How come you're a kid, but when you're here, you're not a dragon, like Shogo?
One thing at a time, Druid. First, go find my Aunt Betsy. Father, may I go play now?
Of course, Angel. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, loveling. If my daughter weren't within earshot right now, I would wipe that grin off your face with my fists. Why? Worried your wife is going to catch up with your girlfriend? You're disgusting. I'm not going to dignify that with a response. Our beloved little sister is missing, and you're spinning in your chair like nothing has happened. It's enough to make me regret taking up the sword in your defense. You're such a clod, Brian. As though if someone isn't picking up a sword and waggling it about, frothing at the mouth, they aren't helping. I was told no mucking about in reality to find Betsy, so I won't. I've got other ideas. I forgot Jamie Braddock still has Sinister's cape. That's funny. I thought you said it was a short walk from where the carriage stopped. It is lazy. You just got too used to taking the Dragon Express. Hey, Megs, not to harsh your good vibe, but we're here to find your missing sister-in-law.
Oh, I know, Richter, you're right. I'm so sorry. But being out in the wild of Otherworld like this, it's the first time I've felt unburdened in so long. It just feels so pure. I wish Brian were here, and Maggie, my darling girl. Oh, and Betsy, I wish she were here.
Megan, be careful. All right, everyone, we're the experts. Any ideas what this is about? So Gloriana, or Megan Braddock, is Brian Braddock's wife, and she is a mutant, but she is also part Fae. So she's kind of a hybrid. So she has like a mystical element to her mutant powers where she can shapeshift and kind of control some magical energies, especially when she's in Otherworld. Also, when she's away from Britain for too long, she starts to become weaker because her powers are directly tied to the land of Britain. I think I understand.
Oh!
Megan is both mutant and fairy. Otherworld is in her nature. She's connected to this place in a way that empowers her. She's literally back in her element.
Well, I'm real happy for her, but we gotta know where Betsy is at. Can she tell us that?
Yeah, I've been doing some reading. She might be able to help. Just give me a moment to think it through. What, you gonna look through them old apocalypse notes and guess? You think this magic doodoo is some kind of cookbook? Dude, it's exactly like a cookbook. Why, that's an awfully slinky little number to wear into this bar. On the contrary, mate, I was just thinking I was a bit sick of this old thing myself. Trends come and go, you know. Style is timeless. I'm returning it. I want my favorite Sinister. I'm cashing it in. I'd like a body, please. Whose? You know whose. Nice body. While I appreciate someone who swims up to my cave and begs Mama Sea Witch for a special something, you're Jamie Braddock. Can't you just make yourself a sister clone and go back to trying on loincloths? 1 for 1. We don't owe each other a thing. Including explanations, eh? Give me a ring when she's all cooked. Fine. Fair. Is that accent fake? It sounds fake. Jamie Braddock is clearly up to something. I don't know if he thinks this is a good idea or who knows what Jamie Braddock is thinking half the time because he's just so messy and reckless, but going to Sinister to get a copy of Betsy Braddock's body. We'll probably have some friction going forward if they are able to find the original Betsy, because as stated before, having more than one of a mutant kind of walking around is probably not the best kind of situation. So we'll see what happens with this. I think I can do this. I really do. I'd love to hear your plan, because I keep wondering if I have to be concerned about this, and I have no idea.
I'm on standby. If she starts to go nuclear or speaking in tongues or anything, I'ma wrestle her down.
Well then, what happens to you? One thing at a time, kid. Hey, Gloriana.
Yes?
Here, take my hands. Betsy was here, in this place, last. What if she left some sort of imprint? I'm talking to the ground here, to help you. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, what you want me to blow up on me? Nothing, come here. That feeling? Kinetic energy. Whatever it is that makes our mutant powers. What if it were a different kind of energy? Like mutant energy? Like magical energy? Jubilee, we need your lights. There are fairies everywhere here, right? Maybe they can help us find Betsy. Maybe they've even seen her.
Huh, let our powers combine.
What is going on? What happened to all that peace and serenity?
Well, fairies are pretty chaotic little shits, ain't they?
Yeah, this is a lot.
We're gonna have to move quick.
The last element, at least according to the grimoire, is some kind of power conduit. Ideally, I think you'd be in the center road, but we have to give it a try. I don't understand, mon ami. What are we trying to accomplish? We're looking for Betsy. We call on the fairies of Avalon and the earth beneath our feet.
We seek one who went missing in Otherworld. We seek one who has served nobly. We seek Captain Britain. We summon Betsy Braddock.
I'm digging that Richter really took these studies and these lessons from Apocalypse to heart, starting to get into his mystical abilities a little bit more, because many mutants do have some kind of mystical element to their powers, especially ones with nature-based powers like Storm. And we see that Richter does in fact have that affinity as well, because just like Maggie reminded us, he is also considered a druid, which is a mystical earthbender type of person. But you know, his actual mutant power is to control seismic energies as well. So it's kind of like they might be hand in hand. He does have an actual kind of energetic bond with Earth itself, and it pretty much extends to the entire biosphere. So it's very much similar to Storm's power, where she has an empathetic connection with nature and the Earth's biosphere as well. So I wonder if that has something to do with them being able to tap into mystical energies. Interesting. It's the whole core. But it worked. Is that what you were trying to do? Not quite, but check it out. We completed a spell without A.
Captains, can you aid us? One of our number is missing. She is from the same realm as we and was not restored with the rest of you. We have not formally convened regarding her disappearance, but it troubles us greatly.
And you say she is not here in Otherworld?
No, the fairies told me so.
Then she must be in one of our realms.
We shall put out the call and each search for her.
Tell the others.
Aye. Rest well tonight, Excalibur. She will be among you again soon. I am a stranger here. All pain will pass. My physicality is but a vessel. I leave behind a body. Your consciousness has been restored.
Saturnine, Roma, Merlin.
Who is in charge here? Whom do I answer to? You are Captain Britain. You defend the sovereignty of each individual realm of the multiverse. You are accountable only to a council of the self. The Starlight Sword is yours to wield. But where is your hand?
Good morning, darling. Tea for the queen of my heart.
Warren.
Okay, that was another interesting issue of Excalibur, and we are returning back to this series after the events of the Tournament of Swords that took place in the X of Swords crossover event. I'm not sure who this is speaking to Betsy here. I'm assuming that it is members of the Captain Britain Corps kind of reaching out psychically to find her, and she's somewhere in the multiverse, in another dimension, in another reality, and taking the place of a different Betsy Braddock. So in this reality, it appears she is Queen of Britain or Avalon, I'm not sure, and she seems to be married to Warren Worthington III, or he's just her boy toy, I'm not sure. But she seems pretty shocked. So interesting end to that issue. And I'm glad to see that Betsy's not actually dead, which I never really thought anyway, just because of the nature of how that whole thing went down in her match against Iska the Unbeaten, how she just shattered, and then Saturnine kept the pieces of the shattered Betsy. So it was clear to me that something mystical had happened, but whether or not she would be able to be restored was another question. So at least Saturnine isn't a complete for that, because she didn't kill Betsy, but it's still pretty messed up that she just kind of shunted her off into an alternate dimension. So I'm looking forward to see how Excalibur is able to bring back their Betsy Braddock from this other dimension, and if they possibly have to go through several other dimensions in order to find her. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me that thumbs up. And if you'd like to become a member of my channel, please go to my page and check out that join tab, where I have very affordable memberships under $1, and it affords you early access to all of my content days and days earlier. You can also get customizable emojis, backgrounds, whatever you like. I will make that for you myself graphically, and all your support goes a long way to keeping my channel going so that I can dive further into the lore of X-Men. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next issue.